Hello, I'm Doug Geed. A Farmingville man has pleaded not guilty to manslaughter charges related to a crash that killed two 19-year-olds. Prosecutors say 24-year-old Frank Labidi was going more than double the speed limit before the wreck in January. Now, the courtroom was packed with friends and family of the victims, Lindsay Park and Ashley Duryea. Our Virginia Huey spoke with family members. We'll hear from them in a few moments. And a man was seriously hurt after crashing into a house with 3 people inside. Well, look at that wreck. Police say the man suffered a medical emergency. It happened on 17th Street in West Babylon this morning. The people inside the house were not hurt. Sound barrier construction on the LIE could cause some weekday headaches in the next couple of weeks. The westbound on-ramp at exit 51, that's Deer Park Avenue and Dix Hills, will be partially closed starting Monday. Work will be done from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. State transportation officials say the construction is expected to last 2 weeks. And a first in Newsday, both parties are getting closer to an agreement on releasing body camera video of Justin Timberlake's Long Island DWI arrest. Attorneys for the pop star sued the village of Sag Harbor to prevent the video from getting out. His attorneys say it would, quote, devastate his privacy. The village has until April 9th to make its argument as to why it should be allowed to release the footage. And longtime Mets radio announcer Howie Rose says this season will be his last.
This year, though, will be especially meaningful to me because 2026 will be my final season in the Mets broadcast booth.
Howie Rose has been with the team for nearly 40 years. He's 72 years old. He's called games for the Islanders and Rangers as well. Mets owners Steve and Alex Cohen said in a statement, quote, his passion for the Mets has carried across the airwaves and into the homes and hearts of fans everywhere, bringing the franchise's most memorable moments to life. He's definitely an institution. Well, a vacant movie theater in Long Beach is now a Chipotle. The Park Avenue building was home to Long Beach Cinemas. That closed in 2023. The new fast casual spot will join nearly 40 other Chipotle locations across the island. And tomorrow, The Barn is opening its 5th location on Long Island, this one in Santa Mauritius. The Barn, known for its Instagrammable lattes and drinks, it's expected to open spots in Massapequa and Seaford next. All right, let's get a quick look at tomorrow's weather forecast. It doesn't look too bad for the first day of spring. See mostly sunny skies throughout the day, some clouds in the afternoon, and then showers around 6 o'clock or so. You see highs reaching into the upper 40s. I'll have that 7-day forecast for you in a little bit. And back to that story of a Farmingville man who pleaded not guilty to charges linked to a high-speed crash that killed two 19-year-olds. Friends and family of the victim spoke out in court today. Virginia Huey was there.
Our families were given life sentences because we have to live without them for the rest of our life.
Emotions ran high inside a Mineola courthouse as Annette Park and dozens of relatives and friends faced the man accused of killing her daughter Lindsay Park and friend Alexa Duryea in a high-speed crash.
We just feel that this boy did this and he should be held accountable.
24-year-old Frank Labidi of Farmingville pleaded not guilty to 2 charges of second-degree manslaughter and 2 charges of second-degree assault for the deadly crash in January. Prosecutors said Labidi was speeding in his BMW on West Old Country Road in Hicksville when he lost control, hit a tree, and then slammed into a building. 19-year-old passengers Park and Duryea were killed instantly.
Frank Labidi treated a public roadway like a racetrack.
Prosecutors say the vehicle's crash data recorder clocked Labidi allegedly driving 82 miles per hour with acceleration and no braking 3 seconds before the crash. The speed limit at the crash scene is only 40 miles per hour. Prosecutors said Labidi also manually disabled the stability control on the vehicle to engage in a racing maneuver known as drifting. According to prosecutors, Labidi's speed, along with modifications made to the car, contributed to the deadly crash.
In 2024 and 2025, Labidi poured more than $35,000 into performance enhancements for his already high-powered BMW M5, souping up the car's engine and transmission.
Labidi is out on $500,000 cash bail. His attorney did not comment on the case.
We want justice done properly.
Edward Park wears his daughter's memory bracelet close to his heart, and he said he will do so every step of his journey for justice.
She was like my best friend, not just my daughter.
For Newsday TV, I'm Virginia Huey.
Long Islanders with student debt could soon be paying a lot more for their loans. That's because SAVE, the most affordable federal student loan repayment plan, has ended. A series of recent court decisions effectively phased out the program, which had been challenged for years. And now more than 7 million borrowers will need to move into new plans. So there's a lot of uncertainty about what the future of these student loans looks like. We have Newsday education reporter Maura McDermott here, as well as Nick Pruitt, Executive Director of Financial Aid and Scholarship Services at Stony Brook University, to try to help us get some clarity on all of this. Thank you both for being here. Maura, we want to start with you. Explain a little bit more about that SAVE plan. How did it work and who qualified for it?
Absolutely. So anyone could apply to take part in the SAVE program. This is a program that dates back to the Biden administration, and it was introduced as the plan with the potentially the lowest payments. And payments would be pegged to a portion of a borrower's discretionary income, so what's left over after somebody met their basic expenses. For undergraduate borrowers, it would be 5% of their discretionary income. So payments could be quite low. But as you noted, as soon as this program got off the ground, pretty much the brakes were put on it by the courts after a group of Republican-led states called it illegal and sued to block it.
Okay, Nick, let's get over to you. Are you seeing students who are worried about paying for their loans after all of this?
Yeah, I think we're seeing students that are enrolled right now that were kind of promised the SAVE plan as a way to make college affordable for them. And now with the end of the program, they're worried about what their monthly payments are going to be. And I think they're looking for a way out. 7 million students are currently in the plan, and they've been in forbearance since August of last year, which means the interest on those loans has been accruing, and they haven't been making any payments along the way.
So a lot of uncertainty. As we mentioned, Maura, in your reporting, you found some borrowers who moved on to other programs. They saw their payments as much as triple. Tell us about that. That's huge.
Absolutely. There's a nonprofit group called the Institute for College Access and Success. They did an analysis of what would happen to certain borrowers who switch from the SAVE plan into a new program called the Repayment Assistance Plan. Now, that new program works somewhat differently. The way that new program works is that payments are tied to a percentage of a borrower's total income. And according to this nonprofit group's analysis, for a single person earning $45,000, their monthly payment could in some cases go from about $40 to about $150, so tripling. And for a family of four making the country's median income of about $80,000, their payments could increase by tenfold, from about $35 to more than $440.
So a huge increase here. Nick, what can we do looking forward? What should borrowers be doing right now?
I think borrowers right now, if they were in the SAVE plan, need to really be investigating the different other repayment options and also looking for additional information coming from the WRAP plan. We're still waiting on additional guidance on what that will look like. It was part of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act that was passed in the summer and should be available after July 1st. Students will see an increase in their payments, especially students that are going into those entry-level positions or maybe in the non-for-profit sector where maybe the salaries aren't quite as high as kind of in the private sector.
Okay. As Nick mentioned, the Federal Education Department says it will issue some clear guidance on next steps in the coming weeks, so we'll watch for that. Again, my thanks to Maura McDermott and Nick Pruitt for their time today and helping us break this all down and look ahead at what borrowers need to do. You can read more about the end of the SAVE program on our website, newsday.com.
Newsday Sports is brought to you by Sun Nation Energy. Need to maintain or repair an old solar system? Trust Sun Nation Service to fix it like new.
All right, let's talk March Madness now, and two local teams taking part. Hofstra and St. John's preparing for their NCAA tournament games tomorrow, and a local restaurant is helping them fuel up. Our Jamie Stewart takes us to Vincent's Clam Bar in Carl Place.
Hofstra and St. John's, two locals experiencing March Madness. And off the court, the hoops teams have something else in common.
Line them up.
When members of the Pride and Red Storm want a great pregame or postgame meal, their slam dunk choice is Vincent's Clam Bar in Carl Place.
It's been more exciting than ever. This last week, between all the teams that we're feeding and everything that we're doing, has been incredible.
Owner Bobby Marisi and manager Danny Pepe feed the two tournament-bound teams on a weekly basis, either at their practice facilities or sometimes right in the restaurant.
Appealing to the masses and doing big volume is what we do here. So you can't walk in with a team of 50, 60 guys to a neighborhood restaurant and be like, we're here. You'll close the whole place down. Over here, it's just a walk in the park.
Now this is Rick Pitino's go-to meal. It's a classic veal parmesan. Now Rick and I have something in common. It's fantastic. As for Speedy Claxton, he's going with his Lucky Parm, the chicken parm. And a side of penne alla vodka for both coaches.
Always enjoy the Lucky Palm. You can never go wrong with the Lucky Palm.
Speedy has been coming to Vincent since he was a player at Hofstra. But when Rick Pitino became coach of St. John's, Bobby put on the full court press.
We went there and we asked if we could do your catering. And they said yes. And next thing you know, we're catering for basketball, lacrosse, baseball, soccer, men's and women's.
The folks at Vincent's won't take all the credit for this year's March Madness, but
a lot of it's on their food. You know, we are fueling these guys.
For Newsday TV, I'm Jamie Stewart.
And here's what's up on Long Island. A sweet escape for the whole family. The Chocolate Expo heads to the Nassau Coliseum this Sunday. You'll get the chance to taste chocolate treats and specialty foods. Also going to be special appearances by some celebrity guests, including Todd Bridges from the TV show Different Strokes. Irish Eyes, they're still smiling this weekend. There are St. Patrick's Day parades from Rockville Center all the way out to Hampton Bays this weekend. You'll find all the details on our website. And you can bring your basket and hunt for brightly colored eggs in Cold Spring Harbor. This event taking place this Saturday and Sunday at the Cold Spring Harbor Fish Hatchery and Aquarium. Reservations are required. All right, let's take a look at that 7-day forecast as we near closer to a weekend. And tomorrow, not looking too bad. A little bit windy, highs around 49. The weekend, okay, more clouds on Sunday, but look at those temperatures in the 50s. Some rain on Monday. Sun comes back Tuesday, Wednesday, and parts of Thursday, and again in the upper 40s to near 50 next week.
Long Island weather is brought to you by PTRC.
And for more on the stories you've seen today, head over to Newsday.com. Click Get More under the Newsday TV video box. I'm Doug Geed. Thanks for joining us. More news straight ahead.
There's more to Long Island than you know when you picture this. Join Macy Egeland for a journey through some of the major moments in Long Island's past through the lens of the Newsday archives. Picture This, available now at Newsday.com/picture this.